how aggressively Vegas has built this team. First off, they're very top heavy. They've got the sort of stars that they have at those positions on forward and defense. And then a lot of their team is basically half of it almost seems to be guys that are making league minimum or just in that neighborhood. So they've made a big bet on stars, and it seems like they've bet on the right ones in Pietrangelo and Stone and Eichel. And that stands out in a big way because it's so different than what that team was 6 years ago, the last time they went to the Cup final. And they're close to fulfilling this goal, that this demand that was put in place by their owner and Bill Foley, which we all laughed at. Stanley Cup within 6 years. I was standing 5 feet from him when he said it. And I was like, yeah, right. Who does this guy think he is? And yet this team has gone on this tear, getting so close the first year. And then now there's only 6 guys left from that group 6 years ago that are still here. And they've surrounded them and said goodbye to some really good players along the way. Max Pacioretty, they gave him away for free last summer. Marc-Andre Fleury, they did the same thing. Paul Stastny. I'm not saying they've always done it the right way. It has never really been a question of loyalty. And I always laugh because one NHL GM in the Western Conference always says, if you want loyalty, get a dog. The Golden Knights have had almost none of it. And yet they've been so aggressive in their pursuit, knowing that these are the guys we want to surround ourselves with, and it's paying off in a big way. And you saw the Panthers too. Like, they were willing to take a step back this season after a 122-point year. They were thinking, we'll kind of be the 7th seed or the 8th seed in the East. They didn't expect to back into the playoffs in the last week of the regular season, knock off the greatest regular season team in NHL history, and then go on a run all the way to the final. So it's been a wild run for both of these teams. And let me remind you, for everyone watching at home, 1 week ago, last year, Jack Eichel was on a boat in Hawaii. The Golden Knights missed the playoffs. And we were talking about firing their general manager, Kelly McCrimmon. That's what their owner, Bill Foley, was investigating. So it's amazing how random this sport is, but when you have the courage of conviction in the people that you are putting on your roster, I just think it can go a long way.